Hi, I'm Devon Rosenberg, and today is Devons Dish, a new show. It used to be a segment, but now it's got its own show. I'm very excited for this. We'll talk about celebrity gossip, new music, movies, all that. I have three very special guests on the show today. My first special guest, Ashley Lynch. Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
So we have two very fun topics to talk about today on the show. I know you've done a little bit of your research to find out more about this. And the first one we're going to talk about is how Hugh Hefner has said goodbye to his fiancée, Crystal Harris, because she found that the whole process of getting married was happening way too fast.
Well, I think she said goodbye. She thought that living in the mansion was too structured, having to be there all the time and not being able to go see your friends and family. I mean, honestly, he's too old for her anyway. He's 85. She's
25. Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Gross. It's gross. Yeah.
You know.
Also, the thing is, what is this, like the seventh wife he's had?
Yeah, something like that. And then not only is she his wife, but he's also with all those other girls.
Right.
So I mean, they're really not in a committed, relationship where they're together. I mean, he's sleeping with other women. It's just weird.
I think the good thing about this is that I heard that her parents, when she told them that she'd be marrying an 85-year-old, they were fine with it. They learned to really accept it, and
Well, I mean, if you're gonna date and marry an 85-year-old, it might as well be Hugh Hefner. Come on.
Yeah. That money. Yeah. Well, I mean, also she seemed really happy with him, so I think that's very important too. So also, our other thing to talk about is Joshua Jackson from Fringe and Melissa McCarthy from Mike and Molly will announce Emmy nominations.
I love Joshua Jackson.
I love Melissa McCarthy.
They're both great. Have
Yes.
you seen The Hangover too?
No, not yet.
Have you seen Bridesmaids?
Yes.
She was in Bridesmaids, right?
She was really good in
Not
that.
Hangover,
Yep.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was like, what? Who's in that? It's Joshua? But no, I feel like in the past, a lot of things where the people that announce the nominations, they end up getting nominated too. Do you think that might happen with these two?
Well, I mean, Mike and Molly's a good show, and Fringe is the new biggest crime show,
Right.
and science show, so that might be good. But I also heard that Jane Lynch is
Hosting it. Yes.
Of course, she's a family member of mine now. I'm just kidding. She's really not, but that's fun. I mean, she's funny. What do you think? Do you think Glee will get nominated?
She did last year. So I think she could do it again. I mean, her character is it's one of the characters a lot of people wish to play, someone evil, and she does a really good job with that. And then, no, I think she's going to do it. She's really funny, too.
What do you think? Do you think Oprah's going to get nominated since this was her last season?
I don't know. That's hard to say. I mean, these shows out there,
Best daytime
there's just
Emmy.
too many of them to really think, who. I mean, is there any specific nominations you think?
I feel like Oprah's gonna definitely get the Best Daytime Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's her last year. Her show's
Why not?
over.
Did you
They're
watch
gonna
it?
give to her.
The last episode?
The last episode. May could have done a better job.
Well, I think I read somewhere how she specifically wanted it to be where she wanted to pass on the message that she's been passing on for the past 25 years.
She did give a good message, but I feel like that message was conveyed in
other episodes,
in a good 15-minute portion of the segment, and she's an hour-long show. So
right.
the other 45 minutes could have easily been filled with
greatest memories,
better moments. There should have been surprise guests. Her producer should have brought some surprise guests.
Well, did you see the 2 episodes or it's 2 or 3 episodes before that where they had loads and loads of surprise guests, which I loved. I thought that was very fun.
I mean, it's Oprah. She's giving everyone a car. She was doing all these crazy things. Her last show should have ended with a bang.
Yes, I agree with that. Well, she walked off all teary-eyed. I thought that was that's very sad and surprised.
She's not going anywhere, though. She still wants to do interviews. She still. Mm-hmm. I heard today on CNN that she wants to interview O.J. Simpson and get a confession. Weird, right?
Yeah, she actually, on the OWN network, you know how she has the behind-the-scenes thing for the Oprah Winfrey Show?
Yeah.
So they had one where O.J. Simpson was going to be on the show, and they were making, I guess when you're doing interviews, you have to make, or for big celebrities, they might ask you not to mention something. So, he was mentioning what happened, the whole O.J. Simpson case and everything. He didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to talk about how he's changed, and Oprah didn't want to do that. But I think Oprah could get something easily out of him. She can do everything.
Anyone can, Oprah can, right?
Yep. So are there any other nominees, though, that you definitely can be sure that they'll get nominated, or people?
Gosh, I love Law and Order SVU. I hope that gets nominated again. I feel like it's won before, so I love that show.
You know who
One of the best crime dramas I think they've ever created.
Yeah. My eyes that I really have set on to get a nomination is Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Though they're both on different shows, I know they've got to get a nomination for Best Comedic Actress or whatever it is.
Is Conan O'Brien's show in for that? That is, right? Is it up for that kind of thing, or is that not?
Probably not. Do they? I think they have a
network for
a nomination for Best Late Night Show or whatever, or talk show.
I think Conan O'Brien should get it. He's one of the best.
Yes, I'm more a fan of Jimmy Kimmel, but.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
See, I like Jimmy Fallon before I like Jimmy Kimmel. I think Jimmy Fallon's hysterical.
I don't like him. I don't like Craig Ferguson. Isn't Carson Daly after them or something?
Oh yeah, he's like a midnight guy. He does all the late night show. He was on MTV for a while, and it was before your time. But we've had this discussion before.
What show was he on again?
Total Request Live.
Yes, Total Request Live, which shows music videos, and we actually have a clip from a music video, which we will show later with my other two guests, and then we're going to be leaving the show with a music video, a whole entire music video. So we're going to go to a break. Ashley, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for having
me on the show.
Well, I hope to have you back on some point. Yeah, we'll go to break.